your departure for NWA, obviously it was portrayed in the film and you can read about it and we know about it, but for those who don't, what was your main reason behind leaving NWA?
I just felt like we wasn't the top priority of the management. I felt like it was a conflict of interest in a lot of ways that Jerry Heller was so close to um, owning and running Ruthless with Easy, that him being our manager, that he would look out for Easy and not really NWA. So that was one conflict, and he just proved me right on how he was dealing with my business in particular. And he straight up lied on my mom's, you know what I'm saying? He lied on her for no reason. There's no reason to lie on her. And so as a youngster, all them other things you can kind of get with, but one thing is the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Yep.
And that was it. And I'm like, a man that'll lie to a dude about his own mama is not a man to be trusted.
Dangerous.
I didn't trust him. I didn't sign the contracts when they was presented. And they ostracized me. And what was crazy is like once I left the group, they started to pay me. Like once I had a solo deal, they started to pay me, and I didn't understand. And I went to my manager, Pat Charbonnet, and I'm like, why they
paying me now?
Yeah, why they paying me now? It's like they cause all this shit. We got feuds in the street. We got records against each other and all kind of shit. Like, why they paying me now? He said, because you were right, and they don't want you to sue them. And I said, well, why didn't they just pay me when I was in the group? He said, well, they would have had to pay everybody else. So they rather get you out the way and not have to pay for other people, you know what I'm saying? So, some bullshit.
Dirty game.
Yeah, it's dirty.
I bulk film these videos. I film probably 5 or 6 at a time. Right now, this is video number 4. I got one more after this on the film. And I can't lie, man. Some topics, I be really energized about. Some topics, it's like, hey, there's something we could talk about. I know it's going to educate y'all. I know every video gives y'all value. This one right here was something at first I didn't really want to talk about. Well, y'all know why Ice Cube left NWA, right? And I clipped this video up like 2 weeks ago, so I forgot what he said. But every time before I film, I watch the video again. I forgot all about that. That's insane. That's crazy. Probably at that time, outside of Run DMC, the most well-known and powerful rap group ever. And y'all only got one album out of them because y'all ain't want to do what's right. Then after he left, y'all want to do what's right. So you can continue to do the other guys wrong. I'm going to break down this clip and my experiences in the music business, music industry, and what it can mean for you and how it can help you. And I'm going to tell y'all what y'all should watch out for. Before I do that, though, you need to hit like. You need to comment, share, save, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you watch this one all the way to the end because, there's going to be some lessons in here that you're going to be able to take with you for the rest of your life.
My ducks, my swans, welcome to the pond.
My name is Dorian from Group82University.com, and right here we got the great Ice Cube talking about the real reason he left NWA. For those of you that have seen the movie Straight Outta Compton, you know that Ice Cube left NWA after their first album, and it went absolutely bananas, and there was diss tracks. No Vaseline, to me, is one of the greatest diss records of all time. Real Motherfucking G's, one of the greatest diss records of all time, even though I was aimed towards Dre and Snoop Dogg, had Eazy-E on there. But we all kind of had an idea, but I didn't know that Jerry Heller had told Ice Cube that his mom said something that she didn't say. And we don't know the details of that, but for Ice Cube to be 50 plus years old, and this happened when he was in his early 20s, and we're talking about almost 40 years ago that this happened, and Jerry Heller's dead. Jerry Heller's not watching this. He ain't gonna hear it. And for Ice Cube to still say a man that will lie to someone about his mother is not a man that could be trusted. That's why I didn't sign the contracts. That speaks volumes about Cube's character. A lot of y'all turn a blind eye to people when it comes to money. A lot of y'all work for companies that you do not agree with their morals in any capacity. A lot of y'all work for or work with companies where the CEO or person of that company is not somebody you trust or somebody you even like or somebody you would even want to sit across to, but you do it for money. Here was Ice Cube broke in the biggest supergroup in the world, rap group at that time, in the late 80s, and they went platinum with no radio play and no video, so you know their album was selling like crazy. Every creative entertainer's dream, and he left for his own principles, his own morals. And then what they do? The same thing guilty people always do when they know they're doing you wrong. They tried to right the wrongs once you leave. They paid him his money that he was owed to keep him quiet, essentially, which at the time, what am I gonna say? I already told y'all that they stealing y'all money. Y'all wanna stay there, you can do that. But because they don't have to pay the other 4 guys. That's the main reason that they did it. This is the music industry summed up in a nutshell. If you've seen Straight Outta Compton, you know anything about Jerry Heller, he was a manager in the 70s. But this is how the music business is set up. You get talent that's uneducated, that doesn't understand the business, you get them to sign away everything, and you pay them when you feel like it. And most of them aren't gonna challenge you. Most of them aren't gonna take you to court because they don't have the money to do that. And they do all of this just so they can keep your money. And this is who y'all wanna sign to. Y'all wanna be in a record label. Y'all wanna do this. Y'all wanna be these huge stars because you feel like the record label is the only way to get famous. No, the record label is the laziest way to get famous. And you literally got to sell your soul to get famous, because if your music is a part of who you are, that means your soul exists in some of those tracks. And if you are willing to pimp that out just so you can get famous, you're selling a part of your soul. A lot of y'all don't want to put in the work to be an independent artist. That's why you think the independent artistry doesn't work. No, it works. You're just fucking lazy. You'd rather deal with shady managers. You'd rather deal with these record labels that have just been snatching and taking for centuries now. Why do you want that? Why do you want that to be a part of your life? I don't need another person to tell me how to get my music to the audience. We have social media. It's never been easier to get your music to the audience. And if you know how to use social media, you know how to get your music and your content to the audience. If you don't know how to use social media, get your music and content to the audience, that's why I have a class. How to market your music on social media. Get you your music to the audience. So that way you ain't got to deal with stuff like this. Because a lot of y'all, the route that y'all going, you're either A, going to end up signing to a label and they're going to shelve you, and you're not going to know how to market yourself in any capacity. Go ask the signed artist that's following me how that is. And then B, you're going to fail. It's one of those two things. Or it is those things. You're going to get shelved and then you are going to fail because you don't want to put in the work to know how to market the stuff yourself. It's not as difficult as it looks. That's why we have the class. We break it down. 6 games, 4 quarters each game, 24 parts. It's a 6-week course. There's no reason you shouldn't invest in that. Because if I said right now you could go get a Kendrick Lamar feature for $2,000, you would go get that. That feature would do nothing but give you a spike for about a month and you gonna come right back down. You think I'm lying? I love J. Cole. Who's still bumping the Fall Off or whatever the hell the album's called? I can't even think of the name of it. There might be some songs that pop up every once in a while, but who is still talking about that album? Who's still putting it in all their social media content? If that can happen to J. Cole, what the hell you think is gonna happen to you if you get a hypothetical Kendrick Lamar feature? You need to know how to market your own music. If you wanna know how to do that, enroll in the class right now. You on Instagram, click that link up top. You on YouTube, you click the link in the box. YouTube, go ahead and watch another video of mine. I'm watching to see if your ass is. Not the pond. Y'all stay true.
Here we go again, steady arguing. I swear to God, girl, I need this to end. I'm out here on the road, doing 100 shows, and every cent I make, I'm sending back home.
Group82university.com.